friends. So here we are. In the last video I have shown you how to model a 3D truss. Now I am just going to analyze the truss here. So I think you have not, if you have not seen my modeling of this truss element, truss model, then you just better it is if you see that model and then come back to this model, whichever is convenient to you. If you want the analysis, if you want the modeling, just see that and come switch to this analysis. So my dear friends, so without wasting much time, so let's go for our analysis here. So let's go, this is the line body here, so rectangle section. So my dear friends, structural steel, the component material is structural steel, and the surface material is also structural steel as of now. Now what I'm going to do, material, oh, that is there. So cross sections, so we have rectangular section here. Okay my dear friends, okay, so again that rectangle section 50 mm, the breadth is 50, the height is 50 of the section. And next the coordinate system, global coordinates, so no problem. So directly we will go to the connections. So my dear friends, the connection part is very much important here, because your elements, your steel members and the platform, steel platform should be connected. Okay, so just go connection, right click and say insert, and just select manual contact region. So my dear friends, you're seeing the manual contact region here. Just go to connections or hit somewhere and select this part here. Select, go for the plane, select this part and just say hide, because I just want this edges to be visible. I want these edges to be, sorry, this not edges, we call them as vertices. The vertices should be visible here. So edge is the line member. Okay, so vertices should be visible, so I've just done that. Just go and select that vertex, select the vertex here. So oh my once again, select the bonded here, and the contact just select here. Set, just go on selecting my dear friends, and just go on selecting all the points. Automatically it will detect the vertex present in your model. So this software automatically it will detect wherever your edges are there. It will auto detect the edges here. So this edge is not visible, so I think it is not visible here. So anyhow you have to select all the edges here. So just see whether all the edges have been selected here. Yes, now just select this and just say they are my contacts. So they are my contacts. Now just come to your target bodies. Okay, so now again same thing, what you need to do is you to show all bodies, show all bodies. Now what you need to do is, now you have to again go somewhere, come outside for the connection group, select the plane here. Now say suppress all other bodies. Okay, you have selected the platform, you don't want the platform to be suppressed, you want to suppress the other parts other than this platform. So you should say suppress or hide all other bodies, don't suppress them, hide all other bodies. Okay, fine. So now what to do, just go to this bonded here, select the plane here, select the plane. Okay, don't select this plane now. Just go and select the edges here. I am just want to make these both edges as fixed, because my truss has been connected here. The truss elements have been connected to this end of my steel platform. So just select this, hold control, select this edge here, just say target, they are my target, and just go right click on the window here and say show all bodies, show all bodies. So my dear friends, you are able to see here, you are able to see that the contact has been established. All the, these are my contact points, the nodes that have been shown in, and the target body is the blue color line, that is the edge. The two parallel edges are our contact regions. So you can just verify here. So target is two edges, contacts are 10 vertices. So 10 vertices, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So 10 verticals or the vertices are your 10 vertices are your contact, and two edges are your target regions. So it is perfect. So just come out of these connections, just make yeah, then we'll go for the meshing. Actually, the default by default the meshing is 500 size. We just want to reduce it to 250, half of it, and just we will go here and say generate mesh. So my dear friends, it will take some time, very less time it's taken since the okay, just here. I hope this is fine for the analysis for this purpose now. So the truss is perfect, everything has been done correctly. Now just go to static structural, you need to say insert, you need to add a support, so fixed support. Just select the edge here and just select this point and select edge. Okay, so guys, I have assigned a fixed support here. As you can see, now I'm just going to assign one more displacement here for this edge. So just edge is selected here and apply the displacement. So my dear friends, just see here that I need to allow the displacement in x and z directions, while allow it in the bridge platform to move in x direction and also in z direction here. So I just need to restrict it in y direction. So just go here, y component, make it constant, so it is fixed in the y direction. So the supports have been fixed. So the next thing is apply a pressure. Okay, so pressure always it will be applied to area element. So just select this here plane, so selected here, then say apply. So surface effect, so the magnitude I'm just going to give here as zero point 0.2 megapascal. Okay, I'm just going to give here as zero point 0.2 megapascal, that is zero point 0.2 newton per millimeter square. Fine. So pressure, displacement, fixed support, all of these things have been applied, initial conditions have been applied. So for solution, we are just going to insert two components as of now. Total deformation and stress, we are going to see the equivalent one minus stress since it is a steel member. Next, go and hit solve. So it will take some time to solve. So actually it's very interesting, and you can just guess before the analysis results. You can just guess like how my model will vary. So what will happen, what may happen, I'm just thinking that the since the load is acting at the center here, at the pressure is on the whole surface, the members will carry the load, and at the middle portion there may be some stress concentration. Okay, in that way the deformation at the middle will be more. Okay, in that way you can think. So just see here, we got the total stress. So my dear friends, you can just see, as I have predicted, the middle portion will be deflecting, that is the deformation is there, and equivalent stress. So equivalent stress here, you can just see the fixed support, there is a lot of stress generation, whereas at displacement we have less stress there. So since we are allowing the moment in x and z direction, here we are restricting it in all the three directions. There will be no moments and horizontal force, vertical force here. So to get the equivalent stress of all the members here, I need to create a path. We need to create a path here. So total deformation, equivalent stress. So just we'll apply stress, that is maximum principal stress here. So just maximum principal stress. So we'll just say here evaluate all results. So 133. So see here, since we are getting the equivalent stress as 118.75 megapascal, so let us increase the pressure to say, let me say zero point 0.5. Okay, let me say zero point 0.5 megapascal, and just we will say it as solve. So yeah, now it has been solved here. So my dear friends, you can just see uh, oh, just see here, just see here. So for a pressure of 0.5 megapascal, the equivalent stress has reached 296.87, almost 300 megapascal. So this tells me that the steel has been yielded. Okay, the steel has been yielded because the mild steel, the yielding will start at 250 megapascal newton per millimeter square. So we can say that this pressure is not taken by the designed members. That is, we have to change either the thickness of our slab, we have to change the dimensions of our rectangular members. Okay, so for as of now we will leave it as it is here. Now what we are going to do, we are going to introduce a path here. So just insert construction geometry and path. So what path I'm going to select here? So I'm just going to select the edge here. So what I'm going to select here, so just select your path here in this way. uh, just select this path, just seeing here, select the control, this path, and this path here, all these elements, select the location. Oh, I don't know why it's not getting selected. So just see here whether it's not getting selected, why it's not getting selected. Just we have to see whether. So we'll select here once again, this is location, yes. Then again we have to select this path here, this is the this path again, location. Oh, why I don't know why this has come here. So we'll select this path here, we don't want. So I have created some mistake is done there. So what I'm going to do now is just stop here, then I will just see for other tools. So if you want the beam tool, so let's insert the beam tool here. So you will get the direct stress here, you'll get the beam results here. See, you'll get the beam results. So you can see that these two members, the two members are getting failed here, so they are under failure or maximum stress concentration is there here. So you should be ensured that almost all of them are in blue colored display. So we have to see that. Okay, next, one more thing what I need to show you is not this solution, insert, and we are going to see stress tool, and we are going to see maximum equivalent stress here. So when you just select that, you'll get a safety factor. So you'll get the safety factor. So this is the safety factor. So just see, my dear friends, the safety factor is almost 5. The safety factor is 5. Almost it is 5, and somewhere it is 10 here. The safety factor is 10 here. The region is 10, and here it is 5. And at this junction, at the fixed junction here, the safety factor is 0.8. Actually it should be almost 5 here. If it is 5, then it is okay. So otherwise we have to redesign this, or okay. Now what I'm going to show you is, I want to show you the bending moment diagrams or bending moment values, beam results. We have to go for the beam results, and from there axial force. And one more thing, you have to select here beam results, then you go for the bending moment, then again select insert beam results, go for shear moment diagram. So it is asking you the path, it will ask you the path. Okay, to create a shear bend moment diagram, it will ask you the path in the geometry. So for that you need to create a path here, create construction geometry path. So select the path here, select the path here, and just select this path type as edge. So now you can select this edge here. So just select this edge, select this edge here, and this edge, this edge. Okay, just say them as edge. I now don't know why it's not selected edge, this edge as of now, this edge also here. Yes, your path has been created. 8 edges have been selected here, my dear friends. You can just see that the edges have been created here. If you want confirmation, you just need to see the scope here. For eight edges, the path has been selected. The path has been selected. It is been passed here. So, my dear friends, now just go for axial force and say you are at all the results. Oh, you need a valid path. So that is what actually required. So select the path here. Just go to the axial force. Uh, so what you need to do here is bending moment. Select the path, geometry, total bending type here. Total bending type. So I don't know why it's not selected. Uh, all line bodies, geometry selection, the path. You have to select the path. So for path, select the path here, and here the same thing, scoping method, the path, select the path here. Okay, fine. Same thing here, select the path. Yes, now say as evaluate all the results. So okay, so your results have been evaluated. Just see, my dear friends, the axial force. This is the axial force that you can see. Okay, this is the axial force that you can see in the members here. And now I'm just going to show you the total bending moment. Okay, the total bending moment. So the maximum bending moment at this junction here. So just here, this is the maximum bending moment. Let me show you the animation. This is the maximum bending. Sorry, this is the total bending. Okay, almost unaveraged. Next parameter is total shear moment diagram. So my dear friends, just see the total shear maximum. So maximum is 1308 newtons at 4 meters. At 4 meters, the shear force is 1308 newtons. That is, you can say 1.3 kilonewton. Okay, 1.3 kilonewtons at 4 meters. So maximum is 1.3905 at 4 meters. So at 4 meter only you are getting the maximum shear force and maximum bending moment. So the shear force is maximum at 4 meters, and the bending moment is also maximum at 4 meter here. This is the total displacement, initially 11 mm, then it goes on decreasing, then it is constant, and then maximum, it reaches a maximum value at 10.75 meters. At 10.75 meters, it reaches the maximum displacement value of 31.23 mm. So in this way, you can correlate wherever your shear force is maximum, wherever is bending moment is maximum. So the safety factor, you came to know the safety factor, direct stress, each and everything. I think you have understood all the things here. So I have explained in detail how the analysis of 3D truss has to be carried out. So yes, just see here 296.87. So already it has been yielded. So what we'll do, we'll change the pressure now. I think we will do it as 0.4 and just solve this here. Solve. Uh, we'll just see here what happens. We'll just see equivalent stress. Yes, my dear friends, just see here. For equivalent stress is 237.49, which is less than, which is very less than, not very less, it is almost closer to the yield stress of the steel. Okay, the yield stress of the steel is 250 Newton per millimeter square. Okay, so actually for that it is very close to that. So you can say that this bridge and we'll see the safety factor also. So my dear friends, just see here, you can just see that all the full platform is safe. You can see almost it is of the orange color here. So the safety factor is 5. The safety factor is 5. So you can say that this bridge can safely carry a pressure of 0.4 megapascal with the members of, so let me show you the members here. So the line surfaces are the rectangle shape, that is a 50 mm into 50 mm section, that is 5 centimeter to 5 centimeter section, can carry the load as below, that is pressure of 0.4 megapascal. If you increase the pressure, then it will fail. You can just check it by safety factor. So it is 5. The safety factor is 5. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You have understood the analysis. So these two members have been failing here, just here. So when you just calculate the direct stress, these two members are failing, these two members here. So what, make sure that you design these elements, or you just change the cross section of only these two elements, because all other elements are not in the verge of failure. Only these four elements, 1 2 3 and 4 elements are have been stressed. Okay, so you can change them and just, okay, carry out. So thank you, my dear friends. So let me stop my video here. So in the next videos, we'll come with more such examples. Okay, please don't forget to subscribe my channel. If you like, please share my channel to your friends and share my videos. Take care. Meet you in my next video. Thank you.